everybody, and how are you? My name's Iris Smith and I'm the owner of a small business in Mansfield called the Flower Patch. I hope you all had a good day yesterday. We had a fabulous day. My sister-in-law came to visit us again, so we had another few laughs and everything. And I've got a grandson here with me today, Henry. His mum and dad have come to see us as well. So he's just stood behind the camera. He's not going to get on. I've told him to be quiet. So he can chat for England. So can't you, Henry?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Today I promised that we was going to do the little ornament that I got. And I was going to put candles in it, but then I thought I'm not going to do that. It's only going to be a small video today because I've been very busy going through all my stuff and having to find more room to put them because I am overloaded and I've still got more orders coming. So all we're going to do, I'm going to do it in yellows today. I've attached a bow to it and then I'm going to go through what we're going to use. I'm only going to use a few of my fern from the company called Leaf, the light one, which is really rubbery texture and I love it. We're going to use that. I've bunched everything up, so I've got some of the bunch out, but we're going to use some of our wispiness from what I love to also put in my arrangements. I've also got just a few stems of the ficus, the variegated one. As I've gone through, I've just realised I need to order a load more. So here's a few that I've got, and so we're going to use those. There's not going to be much foliage in this one, you know, which is a shock. And I've also got some globe fern just in white to set it off a little bit. So then when I've done that, then, you know, that may hang over the front. So we're going to use that. I've just got two astrantias stems of the Billion Stars, I think it's called, this one. And I'm going to use this just in one of each of those. I've also decided to get out my beautiful ranunculus. Here I go again with ruscus. Ranunculus, the yellow one, which is really super weird. Little hint of orange inside also. I've just pulled this out of the bucket as I got some of my other wildflowers out. It popped out with it, so I thought, well, there's only two flowers. I'll put one in each. So, do you want to come and stand here, Henry?
Yeah.
You come and stand with me. Say hello.
Hello.
And then I've got my wildflower again, my wild poppy, which is like a peachy yellow. I'm going to use that also. And I thought I'd add a bit of green into it. So I thought, let's add some green carnations and add those just to give it a different texture along with the yellow. And I've also picked out two yellow roses that I'm also going to put in each side. And of course, everybody, as Julie and Sandra and everybody else all know, I have got my yellow calla lily, just to add that movement, which we're going to put in as well. If you want, you can sit on here, Emily.
How many subscribers do you have?
Oh, lots. Come and sit up here, my darling. Oh, you're getting heavy.
My friend's got 50 million.
50 million your friend's got? Wow.
One of my cousins got 100.
Right then, let's get started, shall we, Henry?
Yeah.
First of all, we're going to add in some of our fern. I've put oasis in the bottom here. I've put a tie wrap around underneath to hold the bow on. And just put a little bit of oasis again, because it's not much. I'm not going to be covering it. So let's cut a piece off, and we'll cut just little bits off like this. We'll get another one like that, and we'll just dip it in our glue, which is very, very hot, and I'm going to place this at the back, just like that one. And I'm going to do the same with this on the opposite side as well. So I'll dip it in my glue again and we'll put that one just in there so it meets up with the other one across here. Excuse me. So, and then I'm going to take one little piece off each bottom and I'm going to put a little bit of a stem in, and I'm going to put a couple hanging here and some at the front as well. And we'll just do it like that. And get the glue off, dip it in the glue, and we'll face it there. And I'll turn it slightly over so it bends. And that's one of them. And we'll do the same on the other side. And we'll put another one in and bend that one over as well. And we're going to turn that one slightly over also. So that's what you've got at the moment, just looking like that. So now I'm going to get two more pieces off of the bottom of the stem and do the same thing and hang those nearer to the front, and then glue those in as well. And we're going to put those just there and just bend it over like that. So it's going to be quite full of the fern, but it's the fern that's going to give that airiness as well, and also your movement, just like the calla lilies. Excuse me. I've got a tickly throat, Henry.
I used to be a TikToker and I got 2 million subscribers.
Oh, Henry's got 2 million subscribers.
But it's not on YouTube, it's on TikTok.
You old Auntie Iris's bush for
But I deleted it. I haven't lost.
You've deleted them all right.
What are these?
So, the fern.
Oh.
So I'm going to put a bit of ficus in now, and I'm going to put that and add little bits in between. I've had a really busy day today. I've been, oh my goodness, I still haven't finished. I've done some of my accounts, and I've also gone through my buckets. That's why I'm late on today, everybody. But I was determined I'm not letting you all down.
Yeah, but how many subscribers do you have?
Me? Oh, lots, Henry.
200.
Oh, more.
How much then?
I don't know without looking.
Go look on your YouTube channel then.
I will later.
And have to ring my main up to say how much subscribers you have. Yeah, once you
Yes,
hit 20
boss.
million. Once you hit 20 million now.
Do you think I'll hit 20 million? Oh, thanks, Henry.
But I have hit 20 million.
You have as well. Oh, goodness. You're good then, aren't you?
The last time I got all up to 100 million, I just got. Probably I got. But I don't have a play button yet.
Don't you? Oh, dear. Right, and I'm going to put one at the front.
Do you have a play button?
I do, I think. I'll have to check. He's very chatty, aren't you, Henry?
Yeah.
You love to chat. How old are you?
6.
6, and he talks like he's 56.
I'm not 56.
So,
I'm 53.
yes, I know she is.
My dad was born in 2010.
I know, in
And then
10?
2010.
That makes your dad only 13.
No, not 2010. 2000 so now he's 34.
Right, so then he's not 2010, he was in his 80s.
80s.
Yeah, when he was born. Right, and I'm going to now put some of our globe fern in as well. And I'm going to just stick little bits coming from out at the back to give it more movement. And then also on the opposite side, I'll do the same thing, and we'll just place it in there and just bend it over. We'll put a couple at the front so we can see some at the front as well, just to give it that extra
Do you need these
texture. No, sweetheart, I don't need them. I've finished with them. That's why I asked you to hold them for me. You can put them on the table if you don't want to hold them.
I'm just getting... I might go. Hold on.
You're going to see your dad?
Yeah.
All right then. Bye-bye.
I might come back.
You might come back. Okie dokie. Oh, I tell you guys, he is wonderful. He's so chatty and he talks like he's really grown up. I love him to bits. He's just, what we say, he's got the gift of the gab. He's wonderful. It's so funny. So funny. Right, I'm going to put just a few little small pieces because this is really big. So I'm just going to pull a few out or clip a few off of here. If it's not the cat helping me, I've got our Henry. So I'm just going to pull a few out and add those in as well. He wanted to see my office, he said. So I allowed him to come in. I'm just going to put these back, guys, so they're out of my way because they are they do tangle with everything very quickly. So that's what we have at the moment, and you know, you can keep fluffing your bow up, you know, when you've finished or throughout while you're working. So we'll do that. And as you know, I can't help myself with my bows. I have to keep fluffing them up. No, it doesn't matter what I'm doing. I'm going to place one up here. He's probably gone in there and told his mum and dad that he's been on telly. And then another one in here. I don't know if I'll show you the shape of it, but can you remember the shape? And there you can see the tie wrap. What I tend to do, if I can see the tie wrap there at the back, I will put oddments of leaves over the tie wrap or a piece of vine just covering it at the back so it's not, you know, you can't see it. And I always have to do that after I've finished on, you know, doing the videos. And as you can see, my shelves are a bit empty now because all my other things, what you saw, the fruit basket, I can't remember what else was on there. Something else. Oh, the purple window arrangement. They've now gone to their new owners. Oh, I'm all mucky. So they're off in the post. So it looks like I'm going to have to fill them again. Right, so that's that. We're going to use out of our wispy bits. I'm going to take these two little daisies off. See, these are paperback as well, so I may put actually, is that one stem? Yeah, I'll just take the flower off as it, I don't want the baubles on it. So that one can go in the bin. I'll put that aside. And let's get my brown tape. And we'll tape up the paper on it. I'll remove all the paper that's coming off. And then as I do, always cover it over with my tape. Oh, and can I say also, I've had the most wonderful text message off of one of my followers, Julie, and she brought a tear to my eye this morning when I read that text message. Oh, Julie, did you have to? I'm a very emotional person, but you know what? Thank you. It's deeply sat in my heart. You are very, very kind and generous with your words. I really did take, you know, have tears. It was so touching. You're so sweet, and your photographs that you have sent me, Oh my goodness, my sweetheart, you are doing wonderfully. Absolutely wonderful. Keep up your good work. If you need any questions asking about your bows or anything like that, I haven't a problem in answering them for you. And I'm glad I could help to show you how to make your homemade wreath for you, because you know, with you being a beginner, and it's going to help you on cost. But you wouldn't think you're a beginner. You really wouldn't. Those photographs were amazing. You are fabulous, and you are going to make a brilliant florist. You really are. And with the looks of it, it won't take you long either. So keep it up, my darling. I'm really, really proud. Really proud. So I won't keep talking about it, Julia, because if I do, I'll keep remembering what you said about you know, about me and that, and your kind words, and it'll make me cry, because I can cry very easily when somebody says something nice. I'm very, very emotional. Right, I'm going to take a couple of these wild poppies, and I'm going to sit one there, and maybe put 3 in, because they're only fine, and they've got their own little wispy bits on as well. So I may have to get another one, because I don't think I've put, there's only 5 on here. But we will fill it. Let me just get another one. Oh, I think I need to move this chair. I don't think Henry will come back, because his dad will probably say that he's going. So I'll just grab one more. Just pull, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. So we'll just have those in. I will probably take another video of how now my workshop looks now. The shelves that you saw on one of the first videos I've shown you of it, they're now full with foliage. I'm trying to fill up the top 2 rows of foliage and have all my florals on the bottom. And I think I only need 4 more buckets, and then the 2 rows on the top are full. So that's what's been taking my time today, and I've been kept clock watching and thinking, oh my good gracious me, will I make it in time for the video? The cat'll want feeding at 4, so I've already fed him. Because Henry's come, my cat doesn't like children, Morley, so he's never really been around them. So Henry had really fussed them, and he doesn't like I say, children. So I brought his food in here. So he's eaten it, and then he's gone. I also brought his little mouse in. He did play with it for a while, until he spotted Henry as well. And then he's gone to hide. I think I ought to get Henry around more often when I'm doing a video. And I know Marley won't bother me. Oh my goodness, and it is another thing about the cat, Marley. As I said, guys, it's a greedy cat. Oh yeah, greedy, all right. It had his 2 pouches for his tea last night. My oldest son went to his girlfriend's, and I ended up making him dinner, forgetting that he was going to his girlfriend's. So my youngest son, who decided to have a majority of his dinner with his as well, which surprised me. But then he didn't want the burgers. So I put the burgers on a dish, covered them over, and about 3 hours later, after we'd all eaten and everybody was doing their own thing, I went in to put the kettle on, and then what did I spot? Marley eating the burgers. He had bitten through the covers that I put over the burgers. He could smell them, so he bit through them and he ate them. Well, eating burgers, eh? I knew he was greedy, but I didn't realise he was going to eat my burgers. So that really did get me, and I had to shout at him. because he was on top of the cut unit, and I don't like cats on my worktop in the kitchen. So, oh my goodness. So that was a really big shock. I didn't think he'd do that, but he did. And then I kept saying, well, if he's sick, he's sick. And then this morning we went outside and I felt sick outside. So I haven't no sympathy. I'm sorry. I know I love him, but I haven't no sympathy. So right, and I'm just going to put, and these are just going to hang, you know, these are, because these are really floppy, these are going to give it the movement as well. So that's what I'm going to do. And again, I'm just putting 3 in each side. Let me just have a look. Oh, that's very summery, isn't it? Oh my goodness. Makes everybody feel happy. Happy colours again. Well, I've ordered some more things today. You know, for my workshop and for my floral. So that's going to be filling up most of the buckets again. I must have over 50 buckets in here. I really must. I didn't count. And if I haven't, I'm not far away from 50. Just get that little bit of glue off, I can see. So there we have all those summery flowers. As you can see, they're very bouncy. So there's your airy feeling and your movement. I think that looks wonderful. If you wish, you could pop 2 candles in. I was going to do that, but then I thought, no, I want to put in floral. Right, I'm going to put 2 of each, one with a bud and one without. I'll save that on either side. And I could put these lower down as well. Instead of having everything up, I could bring some just slightly lower, or the one higher and one lower, you know, like that. But I have got my roses, what could sit there, so I could, you know, put them along. In fact, I think I will. Let's get them a bit lower, because you have to think about, you know, the bottom, the depth. So we'll put that there so it's facing next to the bow. Let's have a look, bring it under there. Just like that. You see now there's one bud opening more than the others, but I'm not fussed about that, because as I say, that's a natural look. It doesn't mean to say I've got to have one like that in here and in here. No, your flowers all grow at different rates, so you know, that's fine with me. Let's give it that natural look and feel. So one will just stick up there. I'm going to bend this one slightly to give it a different movement from that one. Because with that being a new board, it's just growing up straight. It hasn't moved into its position yet. So that's how I made it. Now this one, this is slightly going off to the other side. Let's just there we go. So then now we have our carnations, and I may put some lower and some higher, and I want to put some at the back as well. So if I just cut those down there, I don't want the stem. Oh, I'm going to sneeze now. Excuse me, everybody. Oh my good gracious me, what's wrong with me? So because I've got two bigger ones and I've fluffed those up already, I didn't really fluff these ones up, but let's get them done before we start. As I say, just get in the centre, bring all your flower petals down, squeeze it together, let go, and that's what you get. More of a natural look for your flowers. And I'll do it on this. Beautiful. Don't you just love it when you can manipulate the flowers? Oh, I was watching a programme last night called The Tower. It had only started this yesterday, I think, and but I went on ITVX and I watched the whole, well, out of 4 episodes I watched 3. I think the final one I shall be watching tonight. It got me hooked. It really did. I didn't go to bed until 1 a.m. this morning watching it. And I thought, oh, I best go to bed, even though I would have stayed up an extra hour to watch the other one. But I knew I'd got my accounts to do. And I thought, no, best, you know, get to bed. But oh my God, watch it, guys. It's very good, very good. So I will be watching the last one today. I can't wait. Do you ever get like that? If you've got something and you like to watch it, that you want to watch it all, and you don't want to wait for the following week? I sure do. Oops-a-daisy. Now they're at different heights. There's again, I'm doing more of a natural look. I'm going to bring some around the back. I'm going to do a couple just at a smaller height. Just place it in the back and just slightly bend and bring it out. Go. So yes, I think in fact not 4, because I want bigger buckets than 4, probably about 7 or 8 more buckets, and then I've filled the whole of the room at the bottom. I won't be able to get any more buckets in. I think because the reason I'm doing it like that is, guys, is because some of my flowers are mixed in. Like I have 2 or 3 buckets where they've got all the wispy things in. I want to part them and I want to put them in their own buckets. So that's one of the reasons I was sorting things out. It's very time consuming, especially when you've got a lot. And I didn't realise how much foliage I have actually got. And I keep ordering it. I must admit I am naughty for doing that. I'm constantly ordering, because I just think I haven't got enough. 2, 3. No, I'm not going to put that one in. We'll leave that one there. Right, yes, let's get us lovely yellow roses. These are so realistic. They've got the thorns on them. Let me check the leaves. No, they're lovely. Oh, wonderful. Here we go. Wonderful. Starting back the choir next week as well. Oh, I can't wait. We've all had a message sent out to all of the choir members. She's wanting people to do solos and duets, and she's asking if whoever wants to do the, put your name down, and then we'll go and I'll do a few singing lessons, and she'll audition us to see, you know, who's the voice she thinks is better for the part. Nobody takes offence by that. If she picks somebody over, you know, if I offered and then she picked somebody else over me, I'd be happy with that, because I tend to stand at the back anyway and hide. So I'm not sure about me offering. It's just, I don't know. I really don't know. So as much as I can sing, I don't think I could sing up front while an audience is watching me. I'd rather be hidden. I mean, don't get me wrong, we've got some wonderful singers. We'll see. If she comes and asks me, I'll consider it. I'm not saying for definite I would. Oh, don't that look pretty? Let's just bend these carnations slightly over a little bit more. And I don't want to hide all of the bow as well. I want to make sure we can see the bow. I will straighten it up. I love the yellow dot, polka dot. I've got a green one as well. Love them. Oh, I'll save those. Right, my favourite. It doesn't matter what colour they are, these calla lilies. They are all my favourite. I adore them. And like I say, I think I've ordered 40 more, and looking at my book it said I won't get them in. I know I shouldn't have. I should have checked. Oh well. I know I've got some oddments in here that are already cut off the main stem. I just got to find them. Is that one? No. Here's one. How many have I got? 4. I may need some more. Right. Now with these, I'm going to dot these around. So I could put that there, obviously bring it in a bit more, have it bending over. Excuse me. Have a couple at the back and then maybe have one in the centre here. So let's try that first. So we'll put the stem. You can get different types of candlestick holders. I have seen lovely ones. I've got that many. But when you see something you haven't got, you just want to buy it. There we go. There's the movement on one side. Let's do the opposite. And believe it or not, such a small bit of oasis, and look how much you can actually get in. You wouldn't think that, you know, you'd think it would probably just one big open bars. I love trying to put as much as I can in. It's just my style. I don't overload it, even though I put a lot in. I do make it airy. I know when to stop. So I'm going to stand those upright, just at the back of the roses, to set the roses off and give it a little bit more height here, instead of it just being quite low down. Do the same with this one. Just manipulate it forward so it stands up forward. Oh, lovely. So I'm going to put one in the centre. Oh, there's 2 on this last one, on this big bunch here. So let's get this big bunch out. Oh, there's not. There's only one, but we'll have it out. It's all those accounts I've been doing this morning. Numbers and figures, they've gone to my head. I've finally caught up with the 2 months worth of accounts, because I have to send my accounts in every 3 months. So I've done the first month, so I've finished the last 2 months. So they will be going tomorrow morning to now my accountants. before they ring me and ask me to bring them in. Because I don't like being late with them. Because once they're out my way, that's it. That's done for another 3 months. I'm going to put that one in there. Let's just have a look. Right, I feel because there's a gap at the back here where my fingers and hands coming through, I need to put something there. So I could, let me just go and grab something else if I can remember where I put everything. I've got a yellow peony. I might put that there. It's on its own a stem. I don't want the leaf on these because these are the thready leaves. Don't like those. And I don't know whether to. Let me check this. Oh no, that's thready as well. I won't do it. I don't like it. And I could pop that through just there. So if I just look how I want to, where I want to cut it. And I'm going to place it in one of the bits of oasis. And then I'm just going to bring it forward. If I just push it down a bit. And then that will complete that gap at the back as well. I still feel like I need a third height at the back. Oh, I'm terrible, me. Oh, it's pretty. Oh, I like this. I do like this. Fluffing my bow. I wasn't going to put any tail, any long tail ends on, with it being very close to the floor or the surface. I didn't want that. I could put a bit more of the ficus though hanging out through the side. Let's have a look at something a bit similar there. So we've got those, and I'm going to place those, if I just have a quick, yes, just there, look, so it's hanging down and also giving it that extra touch and also balancing it out, because it looks balanced around here, but there's something missing, so the balance of it hasn't finished. And also just by looking, you'll see it. You'll look and you say, oh no, something's missing there, I need something there. And that's all I do. Just like that, look. Now doesn't that make it look pretty? And I'll do the same with this. On the opposite side. Oh, I've put it the wrong way around. It needs to be bent the opposite way. Put some more glue on it. Take the old one off. And again, right under. There. So now, let me just, one more up in the centre. I need something tall. Oh, I've got that much. What can I use? Let me just grab something. Oh, hello, Marley. I didn't see you coming in. That might be too big. Here we go. Something fine. Got a little yellow orchid. Oh, wonderful, guys. What do you think to that? I think that would help. So I'm not going to chop, well, I'm going to take the bottom flower off. Or the bottom two, should I say. And I'll put those, oh, I can't get some of them out. Oh, God, don't do that, guys. You'll break your teeth. I shouldn't have done it myself. Very naughty of me. Oh, done it. So I'm going to put a pick in both of these. Glue it in. And same with this one. Oops, a daisy. Wipe the glue off of that one. Let me just check that. No, it's not safe. So I'll cut it down. Well, they're very hard to put in, this one is. There we go. That's better. And what I'm going to do with those, I'm going to stick one of those on either side as well. So I'm not going to waste those, I'm also going to use them. So if I just take these prongs off, let's see the height that I want it. Just there, I don't want it very much, because if I had it up here, you know, that means I'm going to have to start bringing things higher up here as well. And I don't want that. It's a small container. I wanted to keep it relatively along the bottom. So I'm going to put it just around that height. So let me measure. There. And I'm going to put that one. I'm going to manipulate it to stand upright, even though it's in a different, on one side. And that's just how I'm going to put that. Oh, here we go. Go and play with your mouse. I brought it in. It's on the floor. Here you go. Here. I got your mouse. I got Minnie. So you won't. Oh, he's not interested. It's because he's had his food now. He's thinking, oh, I'm not bothered now. My tummy's full. Look how chubby your tummy's got. So I'm going to put that there. And then the other one on the opposite side. Slightly bring that down. Right, let me just have a look. I'm going to just place it down so I can fluff my bow up. And again, I will cover my bow. I might use some of those leaves to cover the back. Or, I know I've had some vine out. Oh, now do I use ivy? Oh my God, I've got to look now because I've got, oh, everything's everywhere. I've got to look where I've put things. Oh, I could put an oak leaf on the back because one of the oak leaves I've got yellow in. If I can grab a little one, I don't want to pull them all out. There we go, a little bunch I put in. So I do have these as well. And with them having the yellow in, perfect match. So let me just see how we're going to, I think take two off. We'll just take two of them off. There we go. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take that one off and I'm going to cut it. We'll take the whole of the stem off. And I'm going to get my metal skewer. I'm going to run it up the back of the spine of where the spine here. So it just sticks onto that and go right to the top. We'll remove the glue strings and I'm going to place it there. Just put a bit there and bring it down there. So that's stuck onto there. I don't want all the leaves flat on, and I'm going to do exactly the same with this one, just a smaller leaf, and I'm just going to place it at a slightly different angle. I'm going to do the same. We'll remove the glue strings. Oh, let me put a little bit at the top on the leaf, just so I know the leaf at the top will hold. And I'm going to slightly just go under and just slightly make sure I cover it. And that's what I've done. Now I've covered my mechanics. I've got one here I can also see. So now I want to do exactly the same at the front. So we'll grab another one. Let's cut it off there. And we'll do exactly the same. And this is just to, because people, again, customers aren't going to want to see all your mechanics, and how you've glued it together or held things together. What they're looking for is value from, for what they've paid and your care and attention, as I always state. So let me just lie this one down. So I'm going to turn this upside down, so it looks like the leaf is actually coming off of the flowers. And I could also, if I wish, just get a couple of the ficus and stick those on, so it just doesn't look like it's by itself and look hard. So I'm going to just put a little bit on the end. I've taken the stem off, so I've just put a tiny bit of glue right on the tip, just to sit on that oak leaf, to give it a little bit of extra texture. And I'm only going to use one on the other side, not two like I've just done. So then you've got one of your oak leaves and three of your ficus leaves in odd numbers. So I'm going to do the same there and just stick that one on there and have that coming out there. Then we'll fluff his bow up. So now we've hidden our mechanics and it looks like I've actually, the job's finished. And the customer will be happy. So there you have it, just sitting at the end. So that's still, because I haven't glued all the leaves down, it's still got movement. So that's our display for today, guys. Let me just put that there. I hope you've enjoyed it. Sorry it might be only a short one. Like I say, I've been really super busy today with my accounts and then trying to sort out, I'd say, a third of my flowers in the buckets and foliage. It's the foliage I've done before the flowers. I've got to go through all the flowers, and there's got to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 36 buckets of flowers, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 26 buckets of foliage. I didn't think I've got that much. But once you put them, you know, I did have the shelf for displays or for some of my things to put on, but I just needed the space. So I just thought, you know what, guys, bring the flowers up to the ceiling. And that's what I've done. So again, like I say, I've just got the florals now to sort out. So I have got over 50 buckets. So, oh my good gracious me, I didn't realise. And I've got the odd buckets hanging around as well, and a couple more here. So, over 60. Oh, don't tell me husband. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Marley's been good for a short period that he's been here, only because he's had something to eat. So I've prepared him in advance so he doesn't play up. And I hope you enjoyed meeting little Henry. And so if you really enjoyed that and you want to give it a go, find a candlestick. You know, like I got this from B&M, £5. And then I've put all of this in, and look what you can do just with 2 little tiny holes like that. Who would have thought? So please subscribe and share to your friends and family, and give us a like, a thumbs up if you enjoyed what I've done. And if you've got any photographs of your, you know, designs of candlestick holders or anything, oh, send them to me. You know, again, like Sandra, she inspired me to do the wall hanging one. So you may inspire me to do something. And obviously the wreaths as well. I will be doing a traditional Christmas wreath once my deliveries come of my wreaths. I'm not sure whether to do a homemade wreath, because obviously sometimes I have to wait a while for my deliveries, because they only send them if you've got a certain amount of product. So I may do my own made one on one of the wire rings that I've shown you, and we'll take it from there and do a traditional. I've done many of those, so we'll give it a go. So anyway, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and you have a wonderful evening too. So stay safe everybody, and look after yourselves. And thank you so much, Julie, for your wonderful heartwarming comments. I love them, and I'm so emotional over it. You're wonderful. So all of my subscribers, thank you so much again. I can't thank you enough, and I'll see you again tomorrow. So take care everybody, and have a good evening. Bye bye.